Good evening, everyone. Uncle Phil here. So, I don't know if you caught the post of the CEO slash president of Planned Parenthood, Lori Alexis McGill Johnson, a melanated female of Planned Parenthood. Now check this out, right? First and foremost, let me just throw it out there. all black folks ain't kinfolk, okay? All black folks are not for the advancement of black folks. You got to remember that. Some people are here to further destroy. And I was greatly disgusted. I was like, heck, I'm a little far behind the curve. But when I saw it and I read it, I was like, what? I was just like, tragic. It's like in some cases, you can almost count on Negroes furthering the destruction of their own people. Like, so if many of you don't know, you'll find out that I'm pro-life. I do not support abortion because I understand abortions to women affect them not only emotionally, psychologically, and even physically in certain cases. I've never been in a space of Planned Parenthood. I've seen people standing outside protesting against these Planned Parenthood clinics, and I commend them for that. I do understand there's probably going to be some women out there who personally feel that I shouldn't even be talking about this because, I'm not a woman. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Not a goddamn thing. But I'm going to go ahead and give my input. When it comes to Planned Parenthood and abortions, I personally feel the only time an abortion should be granted to a woman is when she is a victim of sexual abuse, whether it's by the R word, if it's against, she did not give her consent, in other words, and she ends up, conceiving a child. That would be the only time I'd say, okay, she's psychologically hurt. I know she's not going to want to go through that pregnancy after she's been sexually assaulted. But that would be the only time. You feel me? That would be the only time. And I say that, let me see. I say it like, I'm speaking from a place of love, because no, I'm not trying to tell women what to do with their bodies, okay? I'm not trying to tell women what to do with their bodies, but obviously you have a plethora of ladies out there who obviously don't know what the hell they're doing with their bodies, and they're having multiple abortions. They're having abortions like, it's like it's a going away event. They just like, for any woman to go out here and have multiple abortions, I personally feel you need to be locked away in an asylum because you don't value human life. You don't. And it takes two. It takes two to conceive a child. So I don't want you ladies thinking that, oh, he's just bashing women. Nah, because when it comes down to men, guys, if you don't want to have a child at all, why are you having unprotected sex? Same question applies with women. And when I tell you I've heard multiple excuses. Oh, these condoms break me out. Fuck you mean. Oh, I have allergic reaction to this, that, and the fifth. I was like, how in the hell you have allergic reaction to some layer of protection, but you don't have any allergic reaction to getting a female pregnant? And then you choose not to be the father in that situation. See, it just seems like to me a lot of y'all cats just out here, y'all really low key bitch made. That's how I see it. Now, I'm not referring to the men who knowingly have multiple children and they're actually providing for their children. That's different. They're actually providing for their children. Like I heard, I was hearing folks talking about, Cam and Nick Cannon and this, that, and the fifth. I was like, you can't compare them to your basic around the neighborhood Negroes. You can't compare them because those men, they're taking care of their responsibility. They are. They want to be fathers to their children. I don't hear Nick Cannon saying, "Oh, I don't want to be a father to any of my children." No, I don't. But he's doing it. I believe he's doing it. Now, of course, you're going to have women out there who just solely want to put all the blame on the man. Stop that. Because if you don't want to have a child, who's stopping you? Who's actually putting a gun to your head and telling you you're going to have this child? You're going to go through the whole 9 months of pregnancy. Who's telling you that? Nobody. That's a choice that you make. And even though I hear women out here saying, men just want to tell women what to do with their bodies. We getting sick and tired of y'all running to these goddamn abortion clinics. All they're doing is taking your child and doing ungodly experiments on a deceased child that he or she didn't ask to even come here. But just because you are shallow, you are weak, you are utterly by choice making a weak ass decision to terminate a life of a child, and that child didn't ask to come here. Why does that child have to suffer? Because you want to rip and run the streets. You want to be loose and just drop kids like a chicken dropping eggs and shit. See, you can't blame everything on man. You can't blame everything on man. A lot of you got to be responsible for your own actions. And what I see right now, I see a lot of females who refuse to be responsible for their own actions. They want to blame someone else. I'm like, you're not mature. You're childish as fuck. And you will not be taken seriously. You will be treated like a child until you decide that you are at the age of majority and you act accordingly. And that's not just for women, that's for men too. Fuck you mean? So, I'm just gonna wrap this up. But women don't want to be told what to do with their bodies. Make better decisions. Make better decisions with what you're doing with your body, whom you are allowing in your womb. Because some of you, I ain't even gonna front, some of you will allow an individual in your womb that isn't even worthy of it. And when I say he's not worthy of it, sweetheart, it ain't got nothing to do with his position or the amount of money or the type of house or investments he has. It ain't got nothing to do with that. And if you can't think beyond that point, that already tells me that you got some work to do on your damn self. Because no woman is going to sit up here and allow a man to just impregnate her unless she really and truly believes and he has shown her that he is worthy, that he wants to be with her, that he wants to conceive a child with her and build an empire, create a legacy that he can pass on to his child or his children. Guys, same for you. You can't be going out here just knocking up a chick because she look good, she fine, and this, that, and the fifth. I was like, you're only scratching the surface. You're not even trying to get deep. You're not even trying to see, hey, can I actually see myself with this woman for the next 30 years through her ups and downs? Can I see myself having children with this woman? Can I actually see myself being with this woman? And a lot of you cats don't even think that far before you done already bust your nut and it's like 3 minutes into the fuck. Too late. And see, Uncle Phil is saying this because I speak from experience. I speak from experience. I lost a child. I did. I lost a child. And the woman that I wanted to have a child with, the universe and my God knew that I should not have been with her. But I didn't see it at that time. And I loved her so much, but she didn't quite love me the same way that I loved her. And she wasn't committed to me as much as I was committed to her. And I guess that's, even if she would have kept the child, I would not have ever spoken about an abortion to her. It would have been just me and my daughter, if anything. But, she had a miscarriage. And didn't work out. It took me some years to actually accept that and realize that, things happen for a reason. We don't always understand that, But from that point going forward, I knew that anyone that I was involved with, if I couldn't see myself being with her for the rest of my life and having a child with, yeah, I'm wrapping it up. Like, yeah. You're not getting my kids, baby. No, no disrespect, but nah. And being in the almost 10-year relationship that I'm in now, would I have a child with her? Of course I would. But I don't want to put her through that whole process of, having to untie and do all that. I was just like, I respect her too much and I love her very, very much that I don't want to put her through any suffering or any pain. I don't. But, to destroy life, you have to be low. You have to be lower than a bottom feeder to be comfortable and okay with destroying an innocent life. Because either, oh, I'm not ready, or I don't want to have no kids. You knew that shit before you started fucking. So get that shit in your mind, ladies and gentlemen. Because Uncle Phil's, hey, I'm not going to lie to you. I ain't going to sugarcoat. I'm not going to feed you anything that's going to be any bullshit. Just heed what I'm saying. Just heed the message. I'm like, these Planned Parenthood clinics, if you only knew what they were doing with those aborted fetuses afterwards, probably you would cringe. But anyway, I think I've said enough for right now. Hopefully, many of you all will catch the message and share this with a young man or a young woman that needs to hear this message. I'm not good with rhyming and all that. I'm not in my poetic flow right now. No, I'm not. But I am overly tired of melanated folks, quote unquote black folks, playing in the faces of other black folks. Because that's what some of them are doing. And they'll take a position, whatever it is, if it's going to put them in a position that they will continue to destroy and oppress. They're not trustworthy. They're not trustworthy. But yeah, if you haven't been told today that you are loved and that you are appreciated, let me be the first to say I love you and I appreciate you. I know life isn't easy. Life be life, and that shit is hard. That shit is difficult. I know it's not easy. But if I could, I'll just reach out and just hug each and every one of you, because I know y'all probably dealing with some shit. Y'all probably dealing with some shit. And you just need to hear something positive. You just need to hear someone say, hey, I love you and that I appreciate you. And don't want anything in return other than just to see you smile. So again, remember, Uncle Phil loves you, baby. Shit never changes.